And this week is all about utilities. Tim, they're going crazy.
Yeah.
What's going on out there? Let's talk about it. And first off, let's tell everybody what we advised, Tim, for the last 15 years, how to handle utilities when you have a suite of property. What were we telling people?
So in the past, we've always said, put a set amount, a set percentage for the upstairs and a set percentage for the downstairs. So if your utilities came out to $300, we would say, okay, or $400, $200 to the, or 225, 200 something dollars to the upstairs tenant, and the balance to the downstairs tenant, because the downstairs is going to use a little less heat, a little less electricity. But we always had it at a set amount. We're starting to change, and I think our clients out there have to change as well. Investors have to change when energy costs skyrocket like they are right now.
Yeah, and this is what's so good, Tim, about being in an investment group. And if you're looking to work with Tim and I, once you work with us, you belong to our investment group, our Calgary Real Estate Wealth group. And it was one of our investors that is going on to his 5th properties. It's Brandon, and he reached out to us. And Tim, our numbers were always to take $200 off the top suite and $150 down in the bottom suite.
Yeah.
And that has worked for 10, 15 years. And just this year, Tim, why is utilities going crazy? And before you answer that, Brandon's numbers over the winter spell, I mean, we had a cold month in there. It got up to $600 in some of his properties. So he reached out to say, Azad Tim, this is your next tip for the month for the network. You have to be able to split those utilities. And we'll talk about that in a second. Tim, what's going on with utilities?
Yeah, so everybody knows about the supply chain issues. They understand that, with the pandemic, we've had cost shift all over the place, and energy costs are going up all around the world. And also today, we've got the Russia situation with Ukraine, and that's only going to drive energy costs up even further. So you're looking at $1.46 here in Calgary to put a liter of gas into your tank. Out in Vancouver, you're in $1.70 range. If this continues over in Eastern Europe and we see things go on, if it starts a mini war or whatever, you're going to see those gas prices skyrocket, and that's going to drive also the cost of natural gas, which we all use to heat our home. So electricity prices will go up as well. It's just going to cause a domino effect, and we're going to see costs rise and rise and rise, and it's going to trickle down through the whole economy because everything we buy is delivered by a truck, which is fueled by gas.
Yeah, and the reason why we were doing a flat 200 and 150 down for suited properties is because it's a pain in the backside to approach the tenants every month to split those bills. What I would rather do right now, what we would advise you on, is either bump those numbers up and then give a refund at the end of the year to the tenants. That is one way to handle it. You have to put the utilities. They still would have to be, Tim, in the land. How you guys run your business. I know with Brandon, he's going on to his 5th property. And when you have that many and utilities are rising that much, Tim, it could hit your back pocket. And we don't want that to happen. So that's our investment tip of the month.
Yeah, so control those utility costs. One more thing about that is when you share the utility bills with your tenants, they get an understanding of the energy that they're using. So you can always spin it as you want to be more environmentally conscious. You want them to pay for the energy they're using. So a lot of us see that when you rent out a property, the tenants, they're not paying their own utilities. It's worked into their rent. Well, they'll keep the lights on all night. They'll jack the heat up even in the summertime. So what you want to do is give the tenants a responsible role in, keeping those costs manageable. If they understand that they're paying for their own energy, then, they'll have skin in the game in keeping those costs down.
So Tim, I guess what you're saying, stop including the utilities in your rent. Those days are done.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, so you pay the bill, you share it with your tenant, you go upstairs, you're paying 70 or 65%, downstairs you're paying 35% or whatever percentage you want to use. And they fully understand what they're paying. They're going to pay more in the wintertime, less in the summer, but it's on them.
It evens out.